Hey, yo, everybody.
I like how I've taken your top spot now. Mwahaha.
Oh, what?
This
No,
is
we
my
can have
stream
that.
now. No!
You could have kept it longer if you hadn't pointed it out to me.
I know, but I needed to attempt to assert dominance, and then you immediately go, bam! Know your place.
I was very focused. So the Year of Favorites readathon, Lynn has put the genre picks and stuff up, right? And people have filled it out. So I'm going through and I'm filling out my column, and I was very focused on it. I only have technically December left.
Every time we stream, I feel like our two environments are in direct contrast. Like, you have so much going on in your background, and I lightly look like I'm in an asylum. I'm not. You can tell from the fur blanket, fake fur blanket. And like, you have all the dark colors, and then I keep wearing this sweater on stream, and I keep like, oh.
Hey, I'm not wearing a dark color today.
No, you're not. I mean, I like the dark colors too. I just happen to not be wearing them repeatedly. But I think that's so. Are you putting on a dark color?
No, I'm cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I am in the new
medium
place.
color.
I have an apartment. No, I have a house. It's 2 stories. I have 3 roommates in a 3-bedroom. So I have my own room. 2 of my roommates are sharing, and then one other has their own room. I'm not doing a room tour right now because clean laundry's all over the bed. But it's super cute. I think it's cute. It's a small room, but that's okay because it's all mine. And I get to live here for at least a whole year, which is the longest I've lived anywhere in 4.5 years. So I'm excited.
She just has her own room.
Yeah, and I don't have a roommate. Well, I haven't. I've had my own room a lot, but I haven't just been able to stay in one place.
Yeah, I know.
For a while. I have already. Thank you. I've already dinged up the walls a little. And the little hand towel hook in the bathroom ripped out of the wall as soon as I put a towel in it. So, and I can't keep one of the bathrooms, they have like the glass door things. One of them doesn't open, and then mine won't stay open. So it keeps opening up. So it keeps like spraying on my dry clothes, but it's fine. We're figuring it out. Yeah, I'm just excited to stay in one place for a while. And I've been approaching it with the I'm living in this house for at least a year, and then I'm living in LA for the foreseeable future. But apparently one of my roommates, I was like, oh yeah, did you get your bed's coming today? And they're like, oh, I got an air mattress, fold outable bed. And I'm like, yeah, we're only living here a year. And I'm like, yeah, a year? And then we're going to continue to live places that you need a bed. And they're like, oh, well, I might be moving after that. And I'm like, okay, it's still a year. But okay, not my room, not my decision. Doesn't affect me. I am enjoying my queen size bed. I have been spreading and rolling and doing stretches, all for the comfort of a 12-inch mattress. So I'm excited for Storm to get here and take it all up. But soon she shall be laying here back on the streams again. Well, I'll have the 2 weeks at home before I take her out here. So
Eva said in July we hit 7 years here. I think this is the longest we've ever stayed at one address in our 24 years. And my son is 7 and has had 3 addresses because of a relocation in the middle of those 7 years. And he was alive before we moved in.
I think
I feel that I had to move 8 times in 4 years in the military. Not fun.
I think I've lived in one place the longest being 7.5 years, from when I was a year and a half old to 9. And that's the longest I've ever lived in one house. The closest thing to that would be, I guess, the 3 years of high school before I went out to college. But my parents stayed in that same house for 6 years, I think, if I'm doing math right. But yeah. Hi, Kelly. But I am officially done college. I know I've announced that like 3 times on stream. Like, oh, I'm almost done. Okay, I have one more assignment. Now I'm actually well, I do actually have more assignments. I have like
no, it's
of
okay.
my college.
You'll finish those on stream. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like 2,000 words. Being like, oh, I've learned in college and stuff. Let me graduate. So that's the thing I have to do. It's due the 19th. It's fine. 19th is also when I'm flying home. And then, yeah, I can actually work on my own stuff. I'm looking for like a part-time job. Well, I'm looking for a full-time job as well in the industry, but I'm looking for a part-time job to have money. But I won't I'll start that in earnest in January. But I'm trying to find a job that's not going to be like super boring. So, and California minimum wage is like super high, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
They have to make up for the cost of living.
Yeah, that is the other half of it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. And then I'm applying to like not little, but like internships and stuff like that, and sorts of fun things. Yeah. Paid internships, but a lot of them, they're like, hey, are you in college? And I'm like, no. And they're like, too bad. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Eva said, longest as a child was probably 3 years at an address, if that, yeah. Somber Honey said, I lived in the same house all the way from birth to moving away for college. My parents are only just now moving out of the house because they recently brought their own. Well, congrats to them. What is your end goal job-wise? My end goal job-wise is a staff writer on a show, preferably fantasy sci-fi, but I'll do anything. But yeah, staff writer means I'm in the writer's room for every episode, or nearly every episode, and I'll keep being brought back every season. It's job stability-wise, basically the most stable job you can have as a screenwriter. Yeah. But there is not really a set path to get there. So I kind of just have to keep throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yep.
So if you guys know anyone who needs like an assistant in Los Angeles, I will assist. I'm hoping my youngest gets to keep this house his entire life. Yeah, that'd be cool. I enjoy rearranging. I don't love moving. But yeah.
I only pointed out that you don't have a roommate in your room with this one because you were excited to stream more.
Yes. I'm very excited about being able to stream again. I streamed twice this semester. Twice, I think. Hello. And I've been working on my thesis, but I haven't been working on my book at all. I sat down with it like once this semester and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm feeling it anymore. And then I read like the half the chapter from where I left off writing, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, it needs work, but I want to next. And I caught up with what I was writing, and I was like, shit, that's where it ended. Yeah. I think that's the one stream, like the first stream I did this semester was working on the book where I left out in the outline, and I was like, ah. So, but I got through the scene I was writing, like halfway through it, and then I think at the end of the stream, I was like, shit, I have to rework that. But it's fine. It'll be fun. Rework, there's like a bard scene, and I have to rework it from everyone just like sitting there listening, because it's basically just exposition. I'm gonna rework it to people like trying to attack the bard because they're saying what actually happened versus the doctored truth that the government wants to give out. So I'm gonna have people like attack and then do a little. I don't know if I want to do a full fight scene or like a facing off kind of fight scene or a scene, and then like have the bard, which is a little old lady, be basically escorted out by one of our characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one of my friends. Summer Honey goes. I helped my friends move this past weekend. I love them, but they are not very good at packing. LOL. It was a mess. And then Eva goes, "You're so kind to help. It's less common than you think." Yeah, one of my friends helped me pack, or not pack, but helped me move. And it was like a half-hour drive from my last place to this place. And I had done 2 trips throughout the week. Like one on Thursdays when I got the keys, but we were supposed to get the keys at noon, but we ended up not getting them till like 6 o'clock at night, which means it was dark and rush hour in Los Angeles, which made my 26-minute drive like an hour and 10, which sucked. And then I called Sam and Tina and we like moved. I moved furniture for 2 hours, but we did a bunch of different room arrangements, and because I was
Tina has a nifty floor plan thing that
that was so helpful. But I like what we ended up with. I have these mirrors here, which are slightly making me insane. So I think I'm gonna put like window glass clean over them to make it look like stained glass. But that's
you can also get curtains if they bother you. I said you can get curtains if they bother you too much.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the pretty stained glass look because I hate having it being a mirror, but I hate how much it reflects. Like it's just such like some reflection would be okay, but it's just so much. And I like having my closet doors closed, and then so that's not great. But I was in the middle of
dry erase boards built in.
Oh my! Oh.
Mars says my friend's old place was 35 minutes away from me, and the new place is 45 minutes, but in half an hour between the old and the new, so it was a lot of car time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the middle of saying. Is I'd taken 2 loads over in my car, but my car's a sedan, a Prius. Hybrid. I don't know if whatever. I don't know cars. It's a sedan, small-ish. It is small. And so I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna fit all of this because I had a bookshelf. Also, that's 2000. Just like sweaters and stuff on my bed. And I was like, shit, I'm not gonna be able to fit all of this. But she rolled up and we filled both of our cars. Because she also has a sedan. We filled both of our cars to the brim, and then we drove down here, and it was in the middle of the day, so it ended up only being like the half an hour. And then she helped me unload everything, and then she like started organizing the kitchen. I was like, I love you right now. I promised we would have a pizza and wine night when I got back in January, because her partner travels a lot for work. They're a cinematographer, and they do documentary stuff on like PBS, and so they travel for like weeks, if not months on end. So they'll have like weeks off or like months off, then months on, which then they're just like alone a lot of the time. So my friends, we're gonna hang out more. Even though I've been here this whole time, but we're only like 15 minutes away. But I had so much with classes and internships, and now both of us are unemployed. So free time. So let's see.
Hello and welcome.
Is that like a Boulder's Gate? I don't think that's BG Squad.
Yes, which squad are you part of?
Eva left stuff behind and brought a U-Haul back with us. They don't know how. We didn't know for sure we'd come back. In the helping friends.
There we
go. I was like, what am I reading?
When we had to move, we used the money the guy's job gave us and bought new furniture when we got there, because no way did we want to move this place, and the other place was a 3-floor walk up. left stuff behind, but brought a U-Haul back with us. We didn't know for sure we'd come back. It's fair. How was everybody else's weekend? What did I do this weekend?
You had a birthday party?
Yeah, one of my nephews, we had a birthday party, and I spent some time with Chris. Yay. And otherwise, we had some pretty bad storms come in, so I was pretty knocked out for most of the weekend. I did quite a bit of reading, though. I got through My Lady Jane.
Nice.
All of the children's like homework and backup homework and stuff is done. So they've got 2.5 more days of school this week. And then we are all free. And I will probably spend the rest of the month critiquing instead of writing, because I want to get through the critiquing. It's not entirely selfless. I haven't read the rest of the story, and therefore I want to see how it goes. Fair. So, yes. But I do still need to read 140 something words a day, and I'm trying to like read more than my minimum because I want to get it down to less than 100 pages a day.
Nice.
And I've gotten it down for it. Like at the beginning of the month, it was 200 something a day. So. But I've read out an audiobook. The rest of it's physical book. But most of them are small. So, like, one of them's the comfort book. And the comfort book is not only, like, physically a small book, it also, one of the chapters is pasta. There's never a good reason not to eat pasta. And that's the whole chapter.
Okay.
And there's an even shorter chapter. I just don't remember what it said.
Can you do the dyslexia font in any of them?
They're physical books. I unfortunately cannot. I can't switch the font format.
They weren't audiobooks, not that they were like physical books.
Oh, I read physical books faster than I read ebooks because the backlight hurts my migraines.
So, yeah. I read everything.
It depends.
And even then, sometimes I'm like, I try and turn it down, like the lighting down, but my phone's like, this is as dark as we go.
Yeah, like, mine too. Everybody makes fun of me, or they'll be like, damn, Sam, why is your phone so bright? And I'm like, I don't know. I have it turned down so low. Like, y'all don't understand. Mars said my other friends who are moving at the end of this month, they were roommates with the one who just moved out, are moving to North Jersey, like almost 2 hours away. So not sure if I'll be able to help. That's fair. That's a drive. We went to see Holiday Lights. That was fun. Ooh, I need to see if they have any holiday lights we can go look at. Aside from helping more, the friend group had our Secret Santa exchange. I got Legos, fuzzy socks, hot cocoa powder, and candy. That is a nice haul.
It is.
Hey, yo, Lisa. My kiddo finishes this week, but is then free until Jan 6th. Same. Yes, so much fun. 2 hours is a long way for a friend group move. You guys okay? We took the kiddo to drive around and see the lights. At first, she told us she wanted to go home, but by the time we told her we were going home, she did not want to stop seeing the lights. That's fair. Today, I've been filling out a 2025 planner with my ideal writing and publishing plan in ink. Planners don't work for me, but this is what my ADHD wanted to do, so I'm all in. That's fair.
I'm curious about that. Like, what are you doing? Like a plan? Like, oh, these are the people I want to approach, or like, oh, this is the time I want to have the first draft done by. This is the time where I want to have like my query letter written. Like, what are you writing in the little notebook? If you don't mind us asking.
Yeah, it sucks, but we're still gonna try to get together a few times a year. There's always sending memes on Instagram to keep the friendship alive.
Yes.
I have found that sometimes when your friends are a little farther away, you make more of an effort to see them because like when they're closer, it's like, oh well, I could just like stop by, so you don't like make a decision. But when they're a little farther away, it's like, oh well, we definitely like we need to make plans to see each other.
I don't think I've ever just popped by my friend's house without being like, okay, let's arrange a date and time and blah blah blah. Well, actually, no, back when I was like maybe in middle school, I would. Early high school. Hi, Nikki.
Oh, I just remembered I need to order a new planner.
I have one around here.
I think what I do now, I really only have one friend within my city, and but she works so much that I'll text her. I'll be like, "Hey, are you home right now?" If she is, I'm like, "Hey, I'm stopping by." And she'll be like, "Okay."
So. I realized because I have like no structure right now, because I don't have any like due dates or tasks or work or anything. I was like, oh, I need to start like structuring my day myself again, or I'm just gonna sleep the day away and then lounge in bed and take like 3 baths a day and do literally nothing else. Well, I'll probably do that for like 2 days and then be like, I'm dying of boredom, and then start being productive again. But I was a little bit today being like, okay, I'm done relaxing. Time to go do stuff again, because I haven't done really much other than moving in. Much.
Eva said, as if I could write my best every day, I could write, and then editing and querying and indie publishing both. I'm only to March. My closest friend is 30 minutes away, and we've seen one another 4 times in as many years.
Yeah. Do you guys text a lot or anything?
So, for the record, in my perception, 30 minutes isn't that far away.
No.
Because, yeah, you have to drive like 10 minutes to get out of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
We relocated here when I was 29, and I've not really made new friends in this area. There is a mom in the neighborhood that I get coffee with every now and then. Because, like, in the Facebook group, we tried to start, like, a mom coffee group, but we were the only 2 to show up. So we were like, well, I have 2 friends who live 10-15 minutes away, but both of them are in grad school and also work in science labs. So super busy people. Daily chats, yes, and 30 minutes is not far away. I don't have a car. That makes everything far away.
Yep. That's one thing, part of the reason I want to get a part-time job, other than money, is so I like have people I can meet, because as of right now,
that's how you make friends as an adult, your work friends.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
The majority of my friends I have right now, we're through writing groups, so.
Yes. There's like a bunch of bookstores that have or there's a couple bookstores that have like book clubs and events and stuff like that. So I'm gonna scope those out.
I thought you were gonna say are looking for people. I was like, work at the Ripped Bodice.
Oh, I'm
some discounts.
It's 14 minutes away.
That's not bad.
No, it's not at all.
Especially where you are.
I made a list of different bookstores in the area and like weird coffee shops. I should look up cat cafes.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
Also, this is the last stream on my channel for this year. I may pop up in other people's streams. I will post to the community tab if I do. Tina, Laura, if y'all want to, you can pop backstage. We can have a unofficial party. Get me yelled at by Fox. It'll be fine. Jess won't be joining us tonight. I know she's on the thumbnail and stuff. She forgot and was in the middle of cooking dinner, and she goes to sleep early, so I told her to just, chill.
Yeah.
Relax, enjoy her food. The fact that there's only 2 more weeks left in 2020 is insane.
Yeah.
I know. Also, Yule starts Saturday, and I'm so excited about it. Which is funny. My daughter, she was like, "Mom, when's the first day of Yule?" And I'm like, "The 21st." And she's like, "That's also our library day." I'm like, "I know, we get to go to the library the first day of Yule." And she's like, "We should look for books about Yule." And I was like, "Hey, we can." And she's like, "Well, what kind do they have?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We're gonna have to look."
I go home Friday, Thursday. So I'm gonna sneeze really loudly and I'm going to mute myself. Wait, no, it's not happening.
Eva said, "I suspect I had a form of agoraphobia in the early teens. COVID wasn't at all hard for me to live through. I've only just been entering the public for about 18 months or so now. The early 2010s, not Eva's teens." The fact that there's only then there's that.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 6 of The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've already giggled at some of it, enjoying it. Yes. I need to read that. That's a great idea. I think I'll do that too, perhaps even as a tradition or attempt one. I'm setting up our sprint timer. The library on the first day of June.
Yes.
I have things planned for all 12 days. They're like, most of them are pretty simple, like set up the altar.
You're not backstage, Tina.
Hold on.
She backstage on the wrong thing.
Perhaps.
I'm going to my dad's school on Friday because the children love me. He teaches at an all-girls elementary school, and I was a big hit when I went at Thanksgiving. And they've all been asking if I'm coming back. And he told me this today, and I was like, of course I am. I'm going to be exhausted because my flight gets in Thursday night, and then he leaves the house at 6:30 in the morning their time, so it'll be 3:30 for me. But it's fine because the children love me. So I should go feel famous for like the day.
Well, while we have a loading, Tina, we're gonna go ahead and go into our first sprint because, like I said, I have to read that book so that I can critique. That's the word.
Okay.
There we go. There I am.
Just in time for the sprint. So we will see everybody.
StreamYard always wants to go on my phone for some reason. It's like, do you want to stream from your phone? And I'm like, why would I want to do that? But yes, hello.
All right. Well, we will reconvene in 30. 3, 2, 1, go. Hey yo, you're back.
We're back.
How did everybody do that sprint, and what are you working on? I read, I think, almost 50 pages, which shows you how short these pages are.
Yeah.
But also, I would like to share a thing in the book. There's a chapter where he's talking about it's like an asymmetrical tree is still 100% a tree. And essentially, he talks about like Plato versus
Aristotle.
Aristotle's perceptions.
Mm-hmm.
But he talks about how Plato was like, we should try to reach an ideal, right? An ideal from this abstract world. And he's like, now, I don't want to start a fight with Plato, mainly because I heard he's a wrestler, apparently. And that cracked me up. He's like, and also Aristotle already did that. So
also, Plato was Aristotle's mentor too.
Yes, he does mention that Aristotle was student
So
of
like,
Plato at one
not
point.
only is he his teacher, but he's swole. Because yeah, it's a thing of it's been discovered that Plato was essentially like a wrestling nickname, like, and not his actual name.
Nice. I read an article for a little blurb I have to write for class, and then I also have us listen to 2 TED Talks. So I was listening to a TED Talk trying to figure out, I have my mother's Christmas gift. She wants something in an embroidery hoop that looks innocent and charming, but says something like, she said, feminist or cats. So I'm doing the phrase, if you can't kill them with kindness, try poison. And then I'm doing different types of poisonous plants around it. But I'm trying to figure out how to like frame the words within the hoop. Yeah, and it's not going well. Because I was going to emphasize poison, but now I'm thinking I just don't. And just have like the pretty phrase like right in the center, and then just do the plants around it. But I don't know. So that's what I was doing.
Let me check my my sort of chart of my progress. I have a ruler on the floor to test how long my scarf is. I know I'm more than halfway.
Nice.
I'm at almost 34 out of 60 inches. And when I started, I was around 28, so that's about 6 inches worth of work in half an hour. That's not bad. But,
Maybe pull up chat's comments while I fix our description.
Okay. RP was questioning what my profile picture is, and the answer is art. It is something that Fox made for me.
what? I don't think I've seen it. Oh,
yeah.
That's good.
So I don't even know what made that come about. So I responded with Sam's account. Jessica is sitting here playing Luma Island and is one of the
well, as to what that is from. I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remembered we were talking about apex predators, and then the conversation, and then somehow the conversation twisted to teenagers are the real apex predator, and as you were the teenager at the time, Fox made that.
And that was a pre-existing photo that he had.
Yeah, I think we were talking about apex predators because I was doing research for Save Her Soul.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a rom-com romance between the Prince of Christmas and the Prince of Halloween.
It's on my TBR.
It's dead?
TB's face.
And I know, isn't it the next, because it's now a series, and the next one is one of the other Princes of Christmas with, like, someone of St. Patrick's Day denomination.
With Patrick.
But which now thinking about it, like the potentially like because Christmas, clearly has religious, but St. Patrick, it's in the name. Well, I guess it's also in the name for Christmas, but the character name is in the name. Well, I guess that also applies to Christmas. Can you tell I'm atheist?
I mean, look, I don't know how I feel about the St. Patrick's Day one, because let me Google real quick to see if I remember who St. Patrick is.
I was like, why is St. Patrick a saint?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to know. Actually, my full name is after a saint, and I have no idea why he'd be a saint.
If he's who I think he is, St. Patrick is known for chasing the snakes out of Ireland. The snakes being pagans.
Yeah, I feel like I knew this,
but
actually.
I'm trying to make sure that my memory is accurate.
I feel like that is accurate. If it's not St. Patrick, it's definitely one of the saints.
Oh my gosh, this the legend that St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland is a popular myth, but it is not supported by historical evidence. In fact, Ireland never had snakes to begin. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor.
I just learned
talking about whether or not there are snakes in Ireland.
I just learned that the saint I'm named after is he's not recognized as a saint by the Catholic Church, only by the Orthodox Church, and I'm like, how dare they? I'm trying to find out what he did. I think it was colonization. Oh yeah, refurbished Roman temples into churches. Restored Christian land and wealth. Yeah, no, it was colonization.
Yeah, so Saint Patrick, that is what he is. That's what he did. I don't think he got rid of all of them, but he was really big in getting rid of paganry. So I don't know about that. I'm sitting. Oh yeah, Luma Island. I'm still considering getting that, but I have other things to do. I watched some Critical Role and did my bullet journaling for the night. Yes.
Nice.
I got some stuff done for next month. Also, let me tell you, Mars, I was so sad that I am so extremely far behind on Critical Role. I was terrified to join your Critical Role readathon because of spoilers. Yeah, I was like, but I'll catch up one day. RP is editing his whip. Got 4 pages of that section done. Nice. That picture is hilarious and awesome. I love it. Your apex predator. That one looks hella cute too. It's the Christmas Prince's brother.
Yeah, one of the other Christmas princes, because there's multiple Christmas princes. But who's the other guy? He's St. Patrick's Day's what? Is he a prince? Is he a diplomat? I don't know, because I know they're like political structures. Are they all royalty? I'm not entirely sure.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a series that doesn't sound like the political structure matters at all.
From what I've heard, it actually does. And according to Carrie Can Read, that's part of its pitfall. Or at least what she, had not issues with, but like, I think she said something about it, like, sort of taking her out of the story, maybe, or just like not gelling with her. The next one is called that I'm talking about with the St. Patrick's Day is called "Go Luck Yourself." That's really good. These are really good titles, I will say.
I will say that, like,
they're all princes. Okay.
I remain that knowing nothing about this series, I would go in not assuming the political structure would matter or mean anything at all. That
See,
it would
that's
be vaguely important when plot needs it to be, and that's it. Because this is a fantasy romance where the Prince of Christmas and the Prince of Halloween are getting together. I don't know. I'd have to read it.
and then the Prince of Christmas and the Prince of St. Patrick's Day, which leaves us with the question of how many of these like holiday mixings do we get before like it starts to get problematic in terms of bloodlines?
Only if we hit a second generation. It's fine in the first
I
generation.
definitely, when I read it, I am going to be sitting there like wondering these things.
Mars said, fair enough, next year 2 of the 3 Critical Role readathons will not be tied to the stories of the campaigns you can join with no fear of spoilers. I appreciate that. Critical Role does have a bridge, but no! Sir! I would then miss the funny the facial expression. You don't understand. I won't even watch it as a podcast. But
I listened to it when I did.
I mean, that's fine. I watched Critical Role. I came in halfway, not even halfway through the first campaign, and I watched it all live. And part of what brings me joy is watching the act, like the players' interactions with each other when the others are speaking. So that's why it now takes me longer to watch them, because with like some other things, I'll just like put it on and listen to it, but with that one, I like to actually watch it. So
yes,
you just miss all the stupid parts where Laura. I disagree with that. Jessica, okay, but like the Prince of St. Patrick's Day is a thief. It looks like.
good for him.
I just scrolled through the summary just to see what the denomination is described as. Huh?
Just thief hits different on the other. I love a thief character. I read The False Prince as a kid. Has anyone read that? Sam, we might have to do that for one of our book club books. The False Prince. I love that book. I read it like 3 times back to back. Like I finished it and then I started it again.
Interesting.
Mars said there's 3 Critical Role, but yes, I know. I am so excited. I've like pre-ordered 2 of them. I didn't know about the children's fairy tale book. I'll have to look into that one. But what's the romance book? The romance book is a reference to campaign 2.
I haven't
Love or something like that. I was so excited when I saw they were making it into an actual book.
Clank, clank.
Yeah, I haven't talked about it recently at all, but like I was a super big critter. I still am, but not as much as I used to be, especially that Vox Machina just holds a special place in my heart. There is a character who I didn't dislike, but I didn't particularly like him either. And they made me cry.
That's my favorite character, the person.
Yeah. But
it's hilarious that you're like, I don't have any particular feelings. And I'm like,
no, that scene made me.
No, I haven't gotten there. I like vaguely know what happens, but I'm like avoiding knowing anything for real. You know?
Oh, you're gonna be a mess. Going to be ruined. I also what's his name? Robbie Damon, whom when he first guest starred on Critical Role, I was like, I fucking know this voice. he's Tuxedo Mask in all the new Sailor Moon stuff. And I was like, fascinating. And then I heard him narrate the Vox Machina book to me, and I was like, this man can read anything. He could read a dictionary to me. Him and Will Patton, if they could just narrate all of my books, it'd be fine. Tusk Glove? Yes, I'm so excited for that one. The fairy tale book is written by Lee. Oh, it's the book of fairy tales that Caleb has in campaign 2. Ooh, that's awesome. We've recently passed the 6-year anniversary of me starting Critical Role, December 2018. I watched 10 episodes during finals at college. That's awesome. My sister and I, we helped with the Kickstarter for the animated series, and up until it was when they got their own publishing company and they started making things faster than I could save up for them. I own like the original art books and stuff that the limited edition ones that they put out, and they're so pretty. Also, speaking of questionable royal bloodlines, Tina, I listened to this book called My Lady Jane for the Year of Favorites readathon.
I've heard of that one being a TV show?
Yeah. Apparently. It's on the book cover I have, it says coming to Netflix, but I'm pretty sure it's already out.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was gay.
Yeah, I could have sworn I heard something about that too, but then it didn't seem that it shook out. Maybe people were hoping it was gay.
Gay? And she said no.
I think maybe there's a historical romance that's lesbian that has a very similar title. I think that's might be what it is. And it's one of those ones that's like Ardwardian, and the lady has like the most ridiculous wigs you've ever seen. And I remember my ex-fiance like showed it to the trailer to me, being like, "Isn't this cute? We should watch it." And I couldn't stop laughing at the wigs, so we didn't watch it because she thought I was going to take it seriously. But it was really like, you know, like the Shirley Temple curls. It was like 2 of those beside the head like this.
I'm Googling.
I don't know.
I cannot remember that one.
The one I read was quite not gay.
No, this is not what I was thinking of.
Yeah. My Lady Jane takes place in the Tudor era. And after King Henry VIII. I really enjoyed the book. Starts out with I love when books that are just like essentially fan fictions of history, and they start out with, they're like, yeah, so this is not historically accurate at all. We have changed some people's names to either like protect identities, something, or just because we didn't like the name. And it said something else, and then like it goes into it, and it's talking about, you know, King Henry VIII's wives and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I know quite a bit about this part of history. And then they're like, and there's humans, and then there's people who turn into animals. And I'm like, I was like, King Henry VIII was known for turning into a lion when he got mad. And I'm like, let's see now.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's an alternative take on history. Very alternative. And
putting the fiction in historical fiction.
One of the main characters, he turns into a horse. This is not convenient. Not as convenient as one would think. Especially since he's like, no one rides the horse. So
yeah, out of everything that I could shift into, horse would be very low on the list.
Yeah, they're not particularly efficiently built creatures.
Also, I would go into a hospital. Anyways.
I know that reference. That was good.
That's how I feel now, RP, because I'm so far behind. I haven't like watched anything live in eons. And I'm like, no, now new stuff is coming out.
Have you seen the interview where they talk about the next 10 years of Critical Role?
My
What
God.
about the next 10 years of Critical Role?
The cast, like Critical Role did a cast interview recently with like Hollywood Reporter talking about the next 10 years for Critical Role because it was like their 10-year anniversary or something. So like, look, let's talk about the future. And they're like, they have plans. I didn't totally read the article because spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't even watched season 3 yet.
Oh yeah, isn't Dagger Heart their new like tabletop system? Am I thinking of the right thing? That I do want to watch because your girl likes her tabletop systems.
I gave up on doing my embroidery design right now. I have to like have the laptop blinking. I was trying to like just freehand putting it in the center of the hoop, like this where the hoop would be, and I was like, oh, I don't have the spatial perception for this, but it's fine.
You can use a washable like highlighter.
Yeah, no, but I have a embroidery pen exactly for that. 1 second, there's a plane. Well, there's helicopter tours of LA, so I'll sit at work and look out the window, and I'll see all the helicopters touring LA, and I'm like, "Cat." It's kind of weird. But yeah, so I have the wet erase marker, so I'll figure that out at some point. I have 9 days.
Mars has theories about what's coming for Critical Role after Campaign 3 ends. We'll see. Daggerheart is going to be Sierra's competitor to D&D, essentially. Yeah, it's there. Let me tell you, that is such an interesting thing to have kind of watched happen in a way. For those who don't know, Wizards of the Coast decided to be asshats, and they were like, all of these tabletop streamers are making money off of our game system, even though a lot of them are coming up with really like their own narratives and stories and stuff. And so they're like, if you stream, you have to basically pay a licensing fee to use their game thing, which legally may be fine, but it's just sort of like dickish to do it retroactively. Because it would be fun. Say that again?
My piercing, my cartilage, I have 2 of them. One of them just, the jewelry popped open, and I haven't taken it out since I got it done.
Oh, damn. When'd you get it done?
I didn't even know they did come out. I knew they conceptually did, but I never tried. Now it is opened up, and I really want to be like, take it out of the ear just to see, but also I don't know if I'll be able to get it back in.
But
put it together again. I'm taking it out.
Speaking of ear jewelry, there's a little gift bag beside my roommate's tiny little tree there, and it is for me, from me. I bought myself a stupid amount of earrings because it was a cute earring store when I was going shopping for Christmas that I'd never seen before, and they had cute earrings. There's ones that they're little bright blue, tropical drinks for my ears.
Oh, that's cute. I can see light through my ear. Don't like that. I haven't, the piercings down here, they like, flesh goes together again, but not up there. And I can see my lamp, not like fully through it, but I can see the light through it. Oh, that's weird.
She's going to be so focused on that.
I have to put this back in. I'm going to start like crying.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so they have to pay a licensing fee to do the D&D thing now. And the so many of these like streams and stuff, like they've built entire like narratives and have had added so much into the world and stuff, and they're like, you know, things like Critical Role and Dropout and stuff, that's not really a big deal to pay the licensing fee, but they're big guys, right? Some of the smaller ones, like this becomes the issue for them. So Critical Role was basically like, fuck it, we'll make our own tabletop system.
Are they gonna let other people use it without licensing?
Probably.
Probably.
Knowing
Okay,
them.
we're good now, yes.
RP said everyone is thinking campaign 4 is going to be Exandria without gods, but they'll play Daggerheart instead of D&D. Interesting. For Me, From Me is the best kind of gift because you know you'll love it. I recently got a mystery craft bag from a local artist who was cleaning out her studio, and it contained a pack of earring posts enough to make 72 pairs. So earring making is going to be my new hobby.
Wow.
I mean, going to like
I love that.
the dollar store and picking up like those little like plastic figurines of things from like the kitty toy aisle and sticking those on earrings. Oh, brilliant. I tried to with a pair of like toy snakes because I have like the hanging earring ones, but I couldn't get the loop to go through the snakes well enough. I didn't the plastic was too tough. I need more like rubbery ones. But yeah, no. I also got earrings that were little pink cowboy boots because I was like, what if I need to go to the Pink Pony Club? I gotta be prepared.
It's very serious. They have a dress code, I hear.
Thank you. Thank you. It's part of the package of being a lesbian. It comes in the instruction manual how to make cute earrings out of toy figurines.
That is, yes. I just got hit by like a wave of exhaustion. It's 6:30. It's not even 6:30. And I'm like, bad.
I have Pink Pony Club stuck in my head now.
Wait, hold on. Before we actually do the countdown, let me finish this row because then I can get a measurement of my scarf count.
Okay.
Okay. We're currently at 38 on the dot.
Okay.
Okay. Mara said I was thinking shrinky dinks and also beads, specifically like those beaded lizard keychains that everyone had in the early
Yeah.
or 2000s.
Bead buddies.
My brain had a moment where I was like, is she making a pun on bearded lizards but beaded lizards? And then I was like, oh wait, I remember having one of those. All right. Count us down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you. And we're back.
We're back.
So I was on page 144. So I did 22 pages. That's right.
We'll get my inch count.
It had a rather long chapter for its length, and I'm like looking ahead, and the next couple chapters are like half a page. So next sprint, we'll see. We'll see. I have less than 100 pages left, though. So
That's cool.
I'm at 166. It's got like 251, I think. Yeah.
I knitted 5 inches. We're now at 43, and we were at 38 before.
Nice.
I am tempted to only go to 50, though, even though 60 was recommended, because it's starting to get a bit long, and the thing is that it stretches out as you wear it, so...
Mars said I was thinking Shrinky Dinks and also...
oh, we read that one already.
I did.
The little
it was
guys.
the last comment, so that's why it got starred. I should be sewing on pockets and crocheting my sister's gift right now, but yay!
That's fair.
I'm gonna head out and start getting ready for bed. Night, Mars.
Have a good night.
The kiddo has a belly ache, so I was comforting him. He's asleep now.
Oh,
poor baby. I got another 3 pages edited while I was listening to a video about the Magic the Gathering ban announcement from earlier today.
Wow.
3 pages. It's fine. My dyslexia did not even clock that R.
3 pages.
3 pages. What MTG ban announcement? What's just being banned? Which, for the record, I know MTG is Magic the Gathering and that you're referring to the card game. I
honestly wasn't sure about that. I was like, are there any other MTGs that I don't know about?
Not that I... Marjorie Taylor Greene. If that's who I think it is, yeah, we can ban her. That's fine.
We can ban her.
I got ready for bed, fed the cats, took my meds. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Got 10 minutes. I was like, oh, speaking of meds. But we take them at night. I haven't commented in a while. Sorry, I'm crocheting my second set of fingerless gloves. Ooh, nice.
Love fingerless gloves.
The One Ring is now banned in Modern, finally. Okay, so you're watching a video on the update for the competitive bans.
Wasn't
I haven't gotten any cards since like 2016. Like, I think Chris and I, we played a lot of MTG, and we would go to like the midnight releases of the new sets and stuff until we had Michael. And after we had my oldest, we were like, this is an expensive hobby we can no longer afford. Baby supplies are expensive. So 2011-ish, I guess, is the last time we really bought lots of MTG stuff. They unbanned Splinter Twin and Faithless Looting. Is this a happy or an unhappy thing? I never played to the standard because, like, most of the cards I owned, because my uncle and my dad played since like the game started, so I had a lot of technically banned cards just because they were old. Is Cavern of Souls still valuable? Modern is about to go bonkers. Cavern is still about $20-$30 a copy, yeah. So if you give a blue wrench of power, I can give the chat the link to the tutorial. I don't give out my blue wrenches.
It's a big ask.
You can, however, DM it to me on Instagram.
I did put that in the chat as a blue wrench.
Thank you, Tina. I have 2 of those ones, fancy. I know that it is very common in the writing community to just give out the blue wrenches willy-nilly. I don't, because it allows a certain level of control over chat. So if you have a blue wrench in my chat, we have built up a rapport and a friendship. So
Actually, I just showed up at Sam's house one day and wouldn't leave till she gave me one.
Yeah.
She showed
Yeah.
She was like, give me the blue wrench.
I showed up and then did eventually leave, but
I didn't. I'm actually in the garage right now.
yes.
My garage is still white. I have never requested one, but I have so many.
It's also funny seeing it, like, I guess because I'm also a moderator, I can see just every time you chat the blue wrench beside your name as well. So it's just like a line of blue wrenches as you talk about it.
I believe
But,
Eva got a blue wrench because
being
it
cool.
kept censoring her.
Oh yeah, that probably too.
Yeah,
This is
it
my
kept
very
censoring
privilege.
her, and so I tried to make her, like, I put her on a list that was supposed to just let her talk and say whatever she wanted, but instead it removed her ability to speak in chat.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to figure out what was up, but then I was also like, it's Eva. Eva, I has known her for a while and whatnot, so it's fine. Some chats are all blue wrenches, and to be honest, that is intimidating as a new person coming into chat.
That's fair.
Alright. I'm going to start embroidering this. I'll have to pick my colors first, but
Wizards rarely unbans cards, and the last time looting or Splinter Twin were legal in Modern, the format was dominated by single crazy powerful decks with absurdly high win rates. I can. Do you play competitively, RP? I never played in competitive tournaments, but my friends and I were quite competitive. I became the bane, like I became the bane of my friend who ran a slime deck because I just countered a bunch of their things. Because I was blue, hold on. I'm getting the thing for the tutorial. It did not give me a sound.
a sound?
Yeah, normally my phone is like, bitch, you got messages. And it did not. There it is. Copy.
I'm not big on card playing. I played Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day in the early 2000s, but for like a little bit when it was popular. But and I got into Marvel Snap for a hot minute there. But also thank you, Nikki. I have been knitting for over 20 years now. So and I learned recently on Instagram that I specifically do what's called Irish cottage style knitting. I think I talked about this on stream before. It's where you stick one of the knitting needles under your armpit for stability, and that in itself is a whole ass style of knitting that is apparently like not controversial, but like talked about. And I had no idea that it was a proper thing. I thought it was more of a training wheels thing that you do when you're learning that I just never stopped doing because it makes me more efficient.
RP said, I enjoy the regional championship qualifier seasons, Eva. I mostly do draft because the constructed formats don't really happen in my LGS. Hopefully standard makes a resurgence here since it's 2 of the 3 RCQ seasons this year. I do not know what all the letter, like I vaguely do, but I don't know. And then, yes. My boss's shop runs a lot of Magic the Gathering things. Drafts, RPs of culture. Fox. Draft, that's it. That's what I played in the shop.
I think my older brother played a little bit of Magic when I was like 8. So that means he was like 11. And that's the only card, like that type of card game I played. And I played it. I had like 5 cards. He had a little binder with them on it. Remember that. Because I wanted one, even though I didn't really play the game at all. I wanted one. He had one. Because the way I have siblings.
You good?
Me?
No, my dog Vi's gotten into this thing where she'll like chew her paw and just kind of like go to town on it for a little bit, and then she stops, and then she like pants happily as if she has just run a marathon.
Oh, she's just a sweetie.
I lost my needles within my little.
Oh, you lost them within the pincushion.
I know.
You're not supposed to put needles in the tomato. They go in the strawberry.
The strawberry is too small. It's only needles.
The strawberry's for sharpening them.
Stab the strawberry into the tomato with the needle, and it keeps the needle from sinking into the tomato. Because the strawberry is more compact. So because the strawberry is more compact, it holds on to the needle better.
But I have too many needles.
I honestly put mine just in like a Tic Tac container.
Yeah,
because then it's easy to shake them out.
A small container, because like the tomato is definitively, you're not supposed to put needles within it because it will eat them.
I love one.
During lockdown, I like counted out how many, because I had one empty Tic Tac container for something, and I was like, I need more of these, so I counted out how many I needed, and then went to like the pharmacy and bought like, I think it was like 10 Tic Tac containers, like Tic Tac, and then ate through them all over the course of like a month.
A lot of Tic Tacs.
I'm trying to figure out where I was. RV said me and a few friends are planning on going to a Magic Con in Charlotte in March, so I might do some competitive events there. That sounds fun. I didn't even play Magic the Gathering until I was 19, and only maybe 3 years total with 3 phases of playing. That's fair. I was 35 last time I played. I want to keep the cards that will be cool for someone in my family to find when I'm gone. That's fair. I like in a similar vein, I have a bunch of cool older cards because my dad and my uncle retired from playing. They weren't like professional. They were just like, this is a hobby. We don't do it anymore. So here you kids go. I didn't start playing until I joined the military and just haven't stopped. It's a great time with a great group of regulars. Oh, it can be wildly fun.
That's cute.
I don't know if my kid will get into it. He likes Pokemon cards, but not the games yet. More of a collector mindset. He's into sports cards too. I played Pokemon, but then I didn't have anybody to play with, so I just started collecting them. Yeah, I liked the group I played with locally, but as an older lady, it's harder to fit in with the game shop crowds.
Mm.
The game shop crowds around here are mostly my age, so. One of my kids, I forgot what, like, somebody I guess was teasing them about being a gamer. And I was like, you can tell them that you are a 4th generation gamer, that your great grandma played Mario and Donkey Kong. You tell them this is a legacy.
My dad, I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember if he built his own games, but I remember my dad telling me that, like, you know, the like sort of like text adventure games, like when like, you know, Pong was around. I think he said that one of his friends would make them and then send them to my dad to like play. And I don't think it was like I think it was an online friend maybe. But yeah, I remember him saying how he really liked like that sort of thing. Like there's that one that's famous where everyone dies of dysentery. What's that one called?
Yeah.
What's that one
Oregon
called?
Trail.
Oregon Trail, yes. And I actually had because we've talked about before that I'm in school for medical things. I did a project where I had to like talk about conditions of like the intestines, and I was like, I'm doing it on dysentery because I need to figure out what the heck this is. Like, I'm like, I hear about it. I've heard about it so often. Like whenever I've listened to like historical things, and I'm like, what the heck is it? I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I remember it being a bad time. And yeah, and I actually put in my report, I was like, you know, affects, you know, this population historically affected, you know, the pioneers. And also, I think there was a thing where, like, maybe Napoleon or, like, someone in his, like, cohort died of it. But yeah, not a fun time. But yeah. I am not much of a gamer girl. Really love Civilization though.
Oh my
Civilization,
god, my mother
Hades.
loves Civilization.
It's so good. Oh my god. Oh, I
No,
should have
but
brought my Nintendo when I should have brought my DS when we did the writing retreat because I have the Nintendo DS version is such a great like intro to it where like usually like my dad taught me by literally like over the course of like a week and a half I would stay up late with him and he would teach me on his computer for like hours at a time because it's such a complex game and also I was 10. But with the DS version you can just hand it to someone and they can finish the game in like an hour and a half, where usually it takes like days. And so I've done before where I've like, you know, friends have been like, "What is Civilization?" I just hand it over.
My, you know, on like Steam, you get little notifications like pop up in the corner of your computer when your friends are on. Not every, but basically every single day, I'll be at work. Because of time differences, my mom it'll be like 2 p.m. My mom will immediately like 5:15 hits and she's playing Civilization and I text
that's
her,
brilliant.
having fun.
The new one is coming out too soon. They've figured out on Instagram that I like it and they keep giving me ads for it and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
But especially because I think it was the last one because I started playing when it was Civilization 5 and then I have 6. But then there was a weird thing with 7 where it was alien civilizations instead of historical civilizations. And I was like, what's the point if Julius Caesar's not going to make sassy faces at me? I don't care about this. And that was the last one I heard of. And the next one, number 8, I think, is the one that's coming out this year. Not this year, next year in 2025. In February, I believe.
So in 2 months.
Yeah. And now thinking about it too, the Sports Gay series that I'm reading, the projected, there's not an official release date yet, but the fandom has been guessing that it's probably going to be released in February 2025, and then I will have 2 massive competing things for my attention while I'm also trying to do school.
And then we will never see Tina again.
You won't. I'll disappear. I'll disappear for the month of February, and you guys will know what happened.
I'm like, wow, February, the month of love. Where's Tina? Is she getting? No, she's playing video games and reading.
Yeah, she's playing video games and reading about sports games.
Like, hey, Tina gets a good relationship. I'm like, yeah, with her book and her game. RP says, I didn't start playing until oh, wait. Saw that one. I meant to click Eva. I don't know if my kid will get into it. No. What has happened? There it goes. Yeah, I liked the group I played with locally, but as an older lady, it's harder to fit in with the game shop crowds.
We read that one too.
We read that one, yeah.
I'll find
I feel like I'm just like flipping through time.
After
The chat
stream,
really...
I'm gonna move to the recliner and quickly sew on the second pocket and the cat and flower appliques, and then continue crocheting sister sweater robe thing.
What is this thing you're sewing with pockets? Also, I love a sweater robe thing.
They're late 20s to my age, but mostly single guys. That's fair. And I've lived long enough. I'm tired of guy friends. I feel that, Eva. I do.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's interesting, Eva. My LGS has quite a few older people, especially for casual commander nights. It has been nearly a decade since I went to play. I could try again and see if the gens have shifted. Even the group of regulars I play with at the LGS have several people in their 40s, 50s. The group I played with back then were a bit younger than me, but two of them worked there, and then there was work drama of some sort, so it was all sort of imploded, but I wasn't around enough to follow why.
Mm.
Fair. There was also a D&D group I watched didn't play, so the implosion was sad.
Mm.
Stream it, dang. Wait, who's streaming? What are we streaming? It's always sad to hear about a D&D group imploding, especially over drama. It's one thing if it's like everybody got too busy, but then it's like drama. I made my mom a cardigan and I'm sewing on some pockets and a little cute cat.
Ooh. Cute! Oh, I think you sent me the link so that I could post it, right? No,
I posted it.
Oh, okay, you already posted. Brilliant.
I sent it to our chat in Discord because my YouTube decided that my profile didn't need to exist. Mobile YouTube is a pain in the ass sometimes. Like you open it up, it immediately starts playing a video, then you hit back and you're trying to find your profile so that you can go to your channel. And it's like, no, these options have disappeared for this moment. So I said, fuck it, and send it to myself. Well, to us on Discord. So that I could copy paste it. I'm just glad my D&D group survived 3 different people leaving. Oof, that is.
I have related news to this actually. So Sam and CB already know, but I am moving. This is probably the last you will see of this spot. You might even notice that my my bookcase got shorter because I've already moved a good chunk of my books over. But I will be moving in with half of my D&D group. So, and our DM is very excited about it because it basically means that we could just ping pong between the 2 neighborhoods because actually the rest of the group lives like next door to each other. But
nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And I think actually, I wonder actually because we're a house, whereas everyone else are like apartments. We might actually be the ones hosting just because of space and stuff. Honestly,
yeah, you sent pictures of your room, and I was like, damn, that's a large-ass room.
My room is massive. It's a basement room, but also Tina gets her own bathroom too.
Nice.
I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. I moved a bunch of my stuff in, and like it didn't even like make a dent. Like it still looks not lived in. Because I was like, I'm so used to like sharing like tiny bathrooms, I don't have anything.
That's fair.
But
Eva said, I've never been part of a D&D group as a player. I've only been part of one D&D group, though I have played many a D&D.
I'm restarting our D&D group thing that we were going to start at one point, and people made characters, and then I didn't DM.
That would be
please let me know.
Be my second group.
You could have been my first, but someone beat you to it.
What? You could have been like, someone else took your D&D virginity. No, that was mine. Mine declared.
The innuendo
I've
only
only
hit me
played in a
midway
group
through
once.
saying that.
My current group is playing with as the GM. We've hosted poker nights, but I'd love a D&D friend group. My D&D friend group, we all I met most of them actually when I was pregnant with my first, so I didn't know I was pregnant at the time. And then we played, like, the group as a whole, we role played together on Gaia, and then we moved from Gaia to we gamed together. We played League a lot, and then we started playing D&D. And we set up.
Sam, you're really muffled.
I don't know why I'm really muffled.
No, you're not muffled. I think you had your hand on something.
No, mine's all the way up there.
That's so weird.
It literally sounded like you had put your hand on the mic.
You were facing away a little more than usual. Like facing
Yeah,
away.
probably that.
Oops.
Where was I?
You put role playing on Gaia, and then you switched to D&D.
And League was in the middle.
Yeah, and the way we set it up for the D&D was there was basically this tavern that was semi-interdimensional, and there would be it was like, we didn't specifically agree on it, but like I ran the first one shot, and I set it up so that there was like missions and stuff on a board that we could take, because everybody had gotten like really busy and stuff, and so we were like, okay, we'll just make characters that are roughly this level, and then like we like run little missions that we can finish in like one session, right? And so I made the first tavern, and then my friend Adam, he really liked my idea. So he essentially made a second bartender who also worked at the tavern. And I think it was called Wilnish Helm, and I don't remember why. And so we just did that. We would just take turns running like one shots and stuff. And it was through this that my gnome barbarian got this exceptionally large hammer that I take a disadvantage to attacking with it because it's just so big. But we all like agree. The GM who was running that one like set it up so that if she trained with it for a while, I could eventually get rid of my disadvantage. And we like ran it basically by everybody who DM'd, and we were all like, yeah, no, that's fine. With that character, she critted with her regular hammer so impressively that she just squished a goblin out of existence. And the other 3 goblins, I then had to roll to intimidate. And I got a high roll on the intimidate, and so the other 3 goblins just stopped fighting, knelt to the ground, and started worshiping my character. And she was like, they're too cute. And so I took them in, and she sponsors them to go to school. My little goblin worshippers.
Nice. I finished one word. It's not working.
I have where I'm playing a were-raven, but then one of my now roommates is playing a character who like worships a raven goddess of death. I don't remember the exact name. And I'm like, oh, the 2 of us, we're gonna have fun. And the thing is that I think I mentioned vaguely about like us having similar characters, but then I also realized because during like me developing my character with my my DM, we gave the character like my friend sort of assigned my character a mom, or I kind of did, and then she kind of developed it. But then, like, as we were talking about it, I kept calling the mom a hot mom, and I was like, this hot mom and my friend's character have quite the resemblance, actually, physically, from what I can remember. And my character definitely has, like, an unhealthy attachment to the mom. So just like, I'm like, my character is going to start to coal onto theirs. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And yes, RP, I do mean the Raven Queen. I wasn't sure if she had an. I could have sworn I looked her up and she had an actual name, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it is.
I only know her as the Raven Queen, because I too was going to ask if you mean the Raven Queen.
I could have sworn there was like so and so, also known as the Raven Queen, as the Queen of
Nira, I guess.
Huh?
Nira, I guess.
Maybe?
Nira?
I don't remember off the top of my head. And I would look it up,
after her ascension to godhood, Nira expunged her true name from the knowledge of all creatures of the cosmos and began calling herself the Raven Queen. So.
So it worked on me too. Expunged from memory.
RP said, I'm super excited right now, though, because I'm going to build my first battle map, and it's exciting because it's the first story-changing combat the party is doing. Nice!
What's a story-changing combat? Like, just a combat that actually affects the story?
It affects the story.
Yeah.
Damn, now I'm getting hyped to do this D&D thing with all of us again. Who was even playing?
I was in the group.
I know.
I'll go check in the chat in a moment.
A lesbian half giant.
Hopefully, we will be able to do the kids' first session over Yule. They've like got their characters set up. Chris has just been. He'll have more time after the new year, but Chris has been working a lot of overtime because, we had a couple kid birthdays and then with Yule, and so he's just been working his ass off to try to save up as much as possible. But also after December, two big things that we were paying on will be gone. So he won't have to work as much. And then so he'll have more time to plan sessions for the children. I can't wait to see how the children role play because my 10-year-old, she is already the edgiest lord in existence. All of her characters have the most tragic of backstories because characters are supposed to have sad backstories according to her. And it's like, it's wild. And then my oldest, he's like, I'm gonna be the healer because we don't have a healer. And I'm like, baby, you don't have to play the healer. I was like, I'm gonna have a character too. I can play the healer. And he's like, no, I want to do it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So what is each kid playing? So the middles or the eldest is playing a healer?
Yeah, he's playing a cleric. I don't remember exactly right now. The eldest is either playing a cleric or a paladin. But I think because I presented him with the idea that, like, the main difference play-wise is that as a cleric, he'll get to heal more. As a paladin, he'll get to tank more. And I think he went with cleric.
Okay. And what's the middle child playing?
A magic user. I think a wizard.
Is the youngest a rogue or a ranger?
She is a rogue.
Nice. Me too. All the characters created so far are rogues.
And then I will be bringing in Genkai, who is my gnome barbarian.
Nice.
And is 100%. Well, her name and race are references to Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho. Absolutely nothing else about her. Well, and she's pink. And she She is married to a Goliath barbarian named Taguro. But
nothing about her's a reference other than everything about her.
Well, like her personality and nothing is nothing like Genkai. And no, because Chris made Taguro, but also like I used Genkai a lot more frequently, and so it's a running gag that whenever Genkai is around and Taguro's not, that means that he lost her because she wandered off. But I'm gonna use her because she's still a low enough level that I can like run her, and she'll be a pretty good tank.
That's good.
So basically, he says I have to make all of my NPCs too old, too young, or too bestial to romance because my players will flirt with all of them. There's no such thing as too bestial in my role-play group.
No such thing as too old or too bestial. Anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. Too young.
Yes, there is too young.
If they're too young, my group will adopt them.
I mean,
especially my sister. She'll be like, "This is my child now." RP says, so basically, the results of this combat encounter will have reverberating consequences throughout the world. Like, I haven't planned anything after this combat because I have no idea what's going to happen. That sounds so much fun.
Interesting.
Make one deadlier if they are turned on. Make what deadlier?
Oh, like a character.
Oh.
Like
right.
not be realizable.
It doesn't work.
It wouldn't.
Or have a cutie who says anything like, I have a boyfriend, and then out comes someone else. They like the risk. One of my NPCs was an older half-elven woman who ended up being the aunt of one of the player characters. She almost kills one of them, and my players still tried to flirt with her. Sometimes part of the fun is just role-playing absolutely or flirting with absolutely every NPC in existence. Especially if it makes the DM go. Cool girl. Alright, we shall go into our final spring.
Wait. 1 sec. I gotta get I gotta finish this round so I can get it integrated.
Go look. It's in the gaming section. Where is the
Because I have to finish the row before I can get a proper measurement. We are so close, though. I think I will be finished this one by the end of the sprint. Maybe I'm already finished? Oh, I'm finished this one! Maybe I'll start a new one during the sprint?
Yay.
Because, yeah, any longer than this is kind of ridiculous. It's a full... How far does it go down my back? That is, yeah, that's scarf. That's scarf.
Okay, let's see. There was crit. Stop that. There was Tina, Matt, Cody, and Chris and me, I think.
So it's basically the writing retreat group then.
Yep.
Yeah, C.B, we could have done our first session at the retreat.
We definitely could not have.
How did these things overlap though? Yeah, probably, but it's fine. Oh, so I forget I sent it to you earlier today. Oh yeah. For the next retreat, we need to play like a murder mystery game that you can like buy the clues and everything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it'd be fun. All right.
Ooh, tonight, after stream, if you're available, Sam, can we play the Clue? Because I got obsessed with the mobile Clue game. I haven't played it in a hot minute. I think I uninstalled it so I would study. But
wow.
I know. I too I played so much of it when I first got it, and I also bought it on the Switch and on Steam. So
Because I
was
figured
like,
out, because Apple had where you can either pay a subscription to have like all the like extra things, or you can just have a one-time buy and just get like the basic version. And I was like, I'm a one-time buy it because I have a gift card from Christmas last year. And it looks very cute.
The
CB.
U is so rough. Look how rough my little U is.
It's not bad. It's definitely
The
readable.
letter. The letter is a little rough. It's
Oh
fine.
wait, the U. I thought you were talking about the Y.
No, the Y is mostly fine.
well,
Yeah.
here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oops. There it is. Hey, yo, everybody.
We're back.
I got 20 pages read, but I also did some chatting.
I did like half
planning.
of the C, and then I was like, D&D. So I started looking at what adventure I want to do. I picked it up. You don't get to know. Sorry, that was the end of the sentence. We'll have like a couple options, but my dad already owns so many because he has D&D Beyond through his school. Like his school pays for it because he runs the D&D club. So I have access to D&D Beyond. So I'm going between his stuff and like just thinking about seeing what I own already or need to buy or whatever.
That's fair. Hello and welcome, Blackman3310. You said my brain did the same thing, Tina. Eva said it looks great, CB. RP said 5 pages edited that time, and Eva just existed, which is fair.
Very fair.
Apparently, we're going to have a murder mystery after the stream, so if anybody wants to join us, hit me up.
On Clue, we're not committing any murders that could be mysteried for you guys.
Sure.
That's what we have to say for legal reasons.
Yeah.
Jessica said she's still gaming.
Hi. Yeah. It's like starting to get a little chilly. My windows are open.
RP would like to know if you're running it in 5e.
I am running it in 5e. Because that's where most of my experience lies.
Chris and I are baffled by D&D's decision, or by Wizards' decision to make their next one D&D 2025. Because
Again,
we're like for the entirety of D&D, it's been 1st edition, 2nd edition, 3rd, 4th, 5th edition, 2025. We're like, but why? Why couldn't it be 6th edition? So sad. He's oh wait. He might be, I don't know if he's going to wait to have the kids campaign until after Yule, because I just remembered he wants to buy, because I said that we should go ahead and buy like the Dungeon Master's Guide or the Player's Handbook so that we have a physical copy of it, right? Mm-hmm. And he said he wanted to wait till 2025 because he wants the Mestizo orcs. And I was like, oh, fair. So now I don't know. We might wait until after Yule because I don't know how the system will change, if it will change all that much.
Normal 5e, I think. RP. I don't know the difference between the two, to be completely honest. But yeah. I found one, but I'm like, oh, I don't think we should run this as the first one. So it'd be if we make it through the first adventure, it's the one we'll do second. Campaign. Well, yeah. Campaign's the whole thing. Adventure would be, I don't know, set of adventures.
RP says he wants to take some of the new rules and or class features from 5.5 and mesh them into the regular 5e. Okay, so the Player's Handbook and the DM. Okay. Yeah, thank you. That makes things much simpler. See, because while I don't mind them having a campaign in the 5e, and I want to save them the confusion I deal with sometimes, having been aware of D&D since first edition. And like we'll be talking about classes, and I'll be like, "No, clerics can do this," and then Chris will be like, "No, hon, those are third edition clerics. We're talking about fifth," and I'm like, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah. I'm doing a module RP. Maybe it will morph into a homebrew, but I have very little experience DMing. And I guess now I have the time, but I want to DM first. A module before I switch to homebrew.
Yeah, that's part of why he wants to get it. Like when they announced the more Mexican inspired orcs, my husband came in the room and he goes, "I know a bunch of people are having a fit about this," and he shows it and he's like, "But I fucking love them." And he's like, "Look, they got cowboy boots." And I'm like, "So they do." And we were just admiring all the art and stuff on them because he's like, "I grew up with this," and he loves orcs. He has always loved orcs. I too enjoy or I play half orcs a lot. So, well, I typically like taking a race and then playing the class that is least
suited for it.
According to D&D, least suited for it. According to Sam, it still works either way.
Well,
I feel that they round each other out because, like, what was I gonna say? Oh, like, having a half-orc cleric. What are we worried about? The cleric being by themselves. Oh, I have a really high strength and some war gauntlets. Doesn't matter if I'm by myself. Works out.
Nice.
What module are you thinking?
I'm thinking of running Dragons of. You guys can't look this up. Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. I wanted to do the Curse of Strahd, but I'm not ready for that. So
I'm doing the Curse of Strahd with my other team.
Damn it! So we're not doing the Curse of Strahd.
I've done 2/3 of the Curse of Strahd. And then
I'm excited.
I'm not doing the Curse of Strahd because you guys have already played it.
No, I want to play it because I never finished it. I want to fight Strahd.
Kick me out of the campaign.
Oh.
No, I mean like for the first. I just mean like eventually one day I want to do Curse of Strahd. Eva said, "Is a quarter orc in real life?" That's fair.
I was enjoying. I DM'd the Frozen Stick. I was enjoying that, although we didn't even get to like any of the plot. It was mostly new players. With we played for like 5 hours.
This reminds me, I need to see which of my. Y'all can still talk.
I was reading the chat.
I was
Maybe you have power. Put chat up on screen and read it.
I have chat up on screen. I just haven't been reading.
RP goes, "Ooh, I've heard decent things about Stormwreck Isle. Also, the Lost Mines of Fandelver starter kit." Yes, okay. So I've played the Lost Mines of Fandelver starter kit at least 7 times. So no, but yes, it is a good starter kit. But I've done that fucking encounter with the horse. No, that was because I DM'd it that many times because that's back when I was like starting DMing or is in middle school that was out. So that's That's what we played so many times. With so many different people of me DMing that. So I think I want to do, I don't really know anything about Stormwreck Isle, but Reddit said it was really good. So I am going to start reading up on it.
Did you say Brennan said it was good?
Reddit.
Oh, I was going to say like Brennan Lee Mulligan, because then it's probably good.
I know. Yeah, but I would love to ask Brennan Lee Mulligan's advice.
Oh, I just thought he did like a campfire talk or something, because he does that. Like they do that every now and then. There was this one, I haven't watched it yet, but apparently it was this thing where like YouTube DMs would debate each other, but like it didn't matter what their actual feelings on something was, they just had to take opposing stances. And he and Matt Mercer, I think, had opposing stances on experience versus milestone leveling. So
I think it depends.
yeah. RP did love that adventure, but I get that it's repetitive.
Just because I've done it so many times.
It makes me sad that they missed the mark badly on the Shattered Obelisk continuation of the Phandelver. I was going to say philanthroper and then realized that was not what the word was. And
honestly, RP, I don't even know if I've ever finished the Lost Mines, but I've just done the beginning so many times where I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that again. I feel like it's cursed at this point for me personally.
That's fair.
So I'd rather do something fresh for me and them.
It's all fresh to me.
It's all new for me. I don't think I've ever done a D&D module except that one attempt at Curse at Strahd. So I would like to do any and all of them. I am perfectly content with them.
Yeah. No, I like the pre-made adventures. I don't know. I always feel like slightly judged when I do a pre-made adventure, but
I shall never judge you. They sound fun.
Yeah. I'll make it my own thing, but I like the setup.
It's a foundation to work off of.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially
me,
when
all the
everyone's getting
adventures
to know.
You guys both were talking at the same time.
Sorry.
Especially when people are getting to know like play styles and characters and everything. It's a good.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if I'm not the DM, all of them are pre-made because the DM makes the thing. So
yeah, that is fair. I have actually in the midst of developing the story Bible for a False Oracle, I realized that I have like enough information that it would actually be like not that difficult to make a like tabletop role-playing game out of the world and like give setups. But I don't know. The thing about that I don't know is that I've never actually even read one of those books, so I don't know about actually setting that up. But maybe I'll put my heads together with my DM one day and develop some sort of one-shotty sort of thing.
When I was in high school, I dropped my characters. I have done like homebrew before. I dropped my players into my world with Shadows, like my novel. And I said it during the same timeline. I was like, they'll just go do like the arc of my series. Like there's like in a different way because they aren't those characters. And I dropped them in a different part of the world. And I didn't really know what I was doing DM-wise, plus my friends dumbasses. So they immediately, like, they knew where my characters were. And so they just went and hunted them down. And I was like, you can't. not to kill them, but to go like say hi and stuff and like get the plot started. They're like, oh, this person's important, so we're gonna bring them along because we know they get powerful later. And I'm like, you can't. No, like. So.
Yeah, I think I would
Shit
purposely like
that.
avoid the plot of the story and maybe even decide whether I want to set it like pre-plot or post-plot, you know, and mess around there. Um, but yeah, it's one to think about. I think it would be a fun thing. Honestly, I might even talk about it with my friends, even just as a writing exercise. But yeah.
RP said the pre-made adventures are great for new GMs to get used to running the game and for new players to figure out how they want to play. I concur. And then especially Phandelver and Stormwreck Isles because they're pretty straightforward and simple, but still have a good amount of leeway too.
Yeah.
I wasn't struggling not to say Philanthroper again. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close us out. Thank you all for joining us. It's been awesome streaming with chat and with my regulars this year.
Yeah. See you all next year.
I hope to have more co-hosts over the coming year, like we used to, because we used to do one regular and one new co-host, and that was a lot of fun. And I hope to do that again in the coming year.
Yeah.
I just have not felt up to asking other people this year. Life. I will be co-hosting on the Nostalgia Train book club. I don't know when we're streaming yet, but the book is The Lost Prince. Very quick, easy read. This is a short children's novel. And Alice and I am planning on coming on her channel sometime this month. Don't know when yet, but we're figuring that out. And yeah, thank you all. Happy holidays. Blessed Yuletide. Merry Christmas. And we will see you in the new year. Bye.
Happy holidays. Bye.